Good morning, everyone. How is everyone? Tater, Ocean Tide. How are you, ladies? Mr. Kazi obviously is here. The cool cats are playing. You guys. You guys. I am telling you right now. I have a little video of an adventure that we went on Thursday, and it totally wiped me out. Totally wiped me out. I was down for the count yesterday. We didn't do anything. I thought we were going to have all these adventures. We are going to do something tonight, me and Mr. Kazi. So a couple questions we're not doing that tonight because we want to enjoy the few days that we took off. And this is the last, well, Mr. Kazi drives into work this week. He's off of his work from home situation. So, where is everyone? It's 10 o'clock. Where's the coffee peeps? I have stories. I have stories. I even wrote them in an email so that I couldn't, so that I didn't forget. Oh, that's the video. I don't want to close that. That's the video. Hi, lucky lady. Good morning. Mr. Kazi did, he edited out parts for us to share, for me to share on our channel. Not his channel, but it was mostly what he filmed for his, for the Kazi's tripping. So he gave us, hi, Brad. You guys want to stick around because I included you guys in the little adventure we went on Saturday or Thursday. We have, he just gave me a little part of what we did. So you guys will have a taste of what's going to come out. Did you guys happen to see what he dropped? Um, the video that he dropped, the first little surprise that he gave me, his channel's now live, I guess you could say. Good morning, Brad. How are you? It's my souvenir. Yeah, it's the iconic love. Got a little souvenir. I'm from Philly and I go and I get souvenirs from Philly. Listen, let me tell you something. That little adventure that we went on, like the staycation, that was literally one of the I've really thoroughly enjoyed it because you're from the city, but you don't really do things in the city. Like do you guys do that? Like, have you gone somewhere where you're like where you live, but you haven't gone to like the tourist attractions? We just did it. We just did the damn thing. The table jukebox. I used to love them. I know, right? The diners around here used to have them. That's the first time I saw one in so many years. And then I don't know why they don't have them anymore because they're fun and they're not loud, so you can't like really interfere with anybody else playing their song. I don't think I played a table jukebox probably in my 20s. My 20s were 30 years ago. I don't even want to talk about it. Oh my word. It's like a whole lifetime ago. It wasn't open though, like, we couldn't play it, like, they didn't have it where you could play it, because I think people would probably stay at the table for forever. Like, I felt like we had to kind of not rush. I've gone everywhere you live. You did? Um I kind of felt like we gotta we can't take our time. Like we gotta kind of get in and out because it's the only booth there and there was starting to get busy. So we went at the perfect time. I feel like we have perfect timing because Thursday was the perfect day to go out. It was a beautiful day. It wasn't hot, but it was sunny. And we got to all the attractions before they got real busy, because there's places they get busy any time of the year, but since it's this close to the 250th birthday, we decided to do it this week instead of next week, because it's going to be cray cray down there. I don't even want to go. But we went on the day that the soccer game was in Philadelphia. Now, I don't watch soccer. I don't be watching this FIFA, whatever the hell that's called. I thought that it was in Philly like once, and then it was going to go like all around. I know it's going all around the country, but I didn't know that they were going to play in certain places a few times. I had no idea. So it was the game was that day. Anyway, so there's that. But it was fun. It was really fun. Good morning, Jarella. It was definitely a good day. Mr. Kazi, I thought we were going to do like one day and then go back the next day. But he's like, no, let's just do it all. And then on top of that, we did another adventure, which is really fun. That's going to be on his channel, I think, if he gets the good if he can like edit out the good stuff. So anyway, keep your eyes on that. I don't know how much I can say about everything, but you'll see some of the stuff that he edited for our channel. Now there is one part where it's very cringe. I thought it was going to be funnier than it actually did, and it's pretty cringe. But it's for us, and I thought it was funny, so I did it. Anyway, we all know that I don't really care, so we'll watch the video when everybody that is supposed, like all of our regulars, when the regs come, we'll make sure that we play a little video that he made us, because you're all included. We included everybody here. Edit out the good stuff. No, I meant like because I meant like the wind and the sounds and stuff like that. That's what I meant. We had a good time. It was fun. What happened? Did you miss your Mr. Kazi account number 2? Well, he changed his name. We don't really know what we're doing over here. We don't really know what we're doing over here. So it was perfect timing for me to have like a little break from like I don't know if you guys feel this way, but I always feel this way. If I'm not feeling good and I have to call out of work because I'm like sick or whatever, I feel guilty the whole day. Like I'm strung out. I feel like I just might as well have gone to work because I'm dealing with the stress and all this. But when you plan days off and you know that you have off, there's like, I didn't think about work at all. At all. It was so amazing. I put all of my notifications. Like if anybody texts me, I don't know until I get out and I'm like looking in my text messages. I put my phone on silent because I knew that they would be texting, like we have group texts and stuff like that. I knew that they would be texting and I'm like, I'm on my little mini vacay. I'm not paying attention to work. So the day before I left, I call him Captain Chaos. Like this dude that works with me. He is the guy that the one that drives me nuts. Like he even writes loud. Remember that guy? I went in and he was worrying about the office that he stays in, that he sleeps in. We got another milestone. Tater. Tater, what is your icon? What is that? It's a bridge. What bridge is that? Look at Ocean Tide coming in at 28. Love you girls. So I go in and apparently the lock in the little thing that he's staying in is busted. St. Simon's Bridge. I don't know where that is. I never heard of it. Look at this. This little monster, okay? Quick update on the cats. It is Caturday for after all. They had their checkup visit last week. Now, hi, Nico, Steven. Stick around. You guys are included in the video. They got their checkup on Wednesday, which I didn't get out of work until 8 o'clock because of all the shenanigans that were happening. So they are very good. They are very, very much well and thriving. I think one of them lost like a little bit of weight. I don't know which one. It's certainly not this one. Okay. She ate through her flu. But I'm so happy that they're feeling better and that they're healthy. That was like my main concern. Coco has a little Coco's the one that lost a little bit of weight. They heard now she's been checked. I take the cats to the vet. Not all, like not all the time. 'Cause they're indoor cats, right? And I make sure we keep our eye on them. They said that Coco, oh, it's in Brunswick, Georgia. Oh, Jekyll Island. I've been to Jekyll Island. We've been to Brunswick because that's where we stay. Um, they said like she's been checked before, and then the doctors came out and they did a little check on her. She's got a little bit of a heart murmur. She said it's very faint and it comes in and out. She checked her again. She's like, ah. She's like, she's like, it's not serious, but if you want, to do like an echocardiogram and I think x-rays or something like that. She's like, our cardiologist, the vet cardiologist comes into the office every other Thursday. And she's like, I can get you prices on it and everything. I was like, well, yeah, then, just give me the pricing and stuff like that. Now, if it came down to it and she really like this was a serious thing, we would have her there. There's no doubt in our minds, right? We would definitely have her there. It's like $1,000. It's 670 dollars for the echocardiogram, and then another almost $300 for whatever the other thing was, the X-ray or ultrasound. I don't know, something like that. And I was like, um, but you said that it was faint, and then the next time you heard it, you said, no, I don't really hear it. So it's not something serious. You know what I mean? We'll just keep our eye on her. She's the one that gets the zoomies most. So, she's constantly throwing over I got a little cat scratcher behind me. She's constantly throwing that thing around. We wake up in the middle of the night and, it's in the middle of the floor because she's like flinging it around. I'm like, oh my gosh. Grade 5 heart murmur and mitral disease. So I know it can be scary. Her echo's not that expensive though. Everything up here's expensive. Did I tell you about the frickin' HOA and the pool pass? These MFers. Now, I found this out after, right? But you're supposed to get them updated every 2 years. I'm like, okay, whatever. Like that makes sense. Every 2 years, just whatever. So I go in and they're like, so I went in and I'm like, I need the pool pass because I had to fill out the friggin' application again. So I go fill out the application. I'm all over the place. I go fill out the application and they're like, do you need passes? And I said, you know what? I think I do. I think I might have misplaced them. And they're like, well, they're $10 to replace. Do you want a guest one? And of course I need a guest, right? Because Mr. Kazi's not putting his in for all the information that they want on his application. So he would just be my guest, or like if my brother comes, like, whatever. $10 each. And it was because I lost them, right? Then I find out that I would have had to do it anyway because it's 2 years and the last time I did it was 2 years ago. I was so mad I could not see straight. And the woman down there at the office, sh- the one that sends me massive emails, she was the one that did my thing. She's like, well, this is going to take a while. And I said, okay, whatever. It's like they put a little camera up and take your picture and then they laminate it. So whatever, it's gonna take forever. So I was down there, and like I said, I was like, "Really? You guys are gonna milk us for, like, more money for a pass?" You know what I mean? Like, with how much we're spending? Get the frig out of here. Anyway, I was like, "I'm not going to jail today. That's not my goal. We're not doing it. We're just not doing it." Considering other placements, and I'm like, "You know what? Take it somewhere expensive." So we got the pool pass for, I had to pay 20 bucks for that. I was so mad because I usually have 20 bucks on me in cash. And I text Mr. Kazi and I'm like, it's $20. And I had to use my cash. I was so mad. Oh, I was so mad. The freaking HOA. So we got the pass. Anyway, back to the cats. So they were all fine, and they're like, "Would you like them to do?" We do their own. We do the claws. Mr. Kazi holds. I clip. And they're like, "Would you like us to clip their claws?" And I'm like, "Yeah, like, let somebody else do it this one time, right?" It comes with it's included in, like, the visit. I hear Jack hissing. I'm like, "Be a gentleman, don't be hissing." He wasn't happy with his visit, but he was sick. He was sick, so he had to get checked. Sorry. HOA is a trigger for Kimikaze. I have a lot of triggers, I'll tell you. I have a lot of triggers, which gets me into the next story. Again, like, I think all of us are like-minded, right? We just don't care what other people do, just don't be an asshole, is pretty much how I think all of us are. Your walk on this earth is your walk. I have to I have to be accountable for myself. Now, sometimes I can be a dick. Sometimes I can be cranky. Sometimes I can, like, I can really go over the edge. But we're going to talk about the patient that identifies as a dog, okay? Because that happened to me this week. And now I have a new doctor, young guy, real young. I mean, like 27 young, okay? So this guy, the doctor, the patient comes in, he has to see this guy, and I thought, oh my word, I forgot. But look, you need to get this done. This man came in with bright green eyeshadow on. You would not entertain what mess? Yeah, 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 yeah. I was on the speakerphone. With bright green eyeliner and, like, smudged makeup. And then literally from here around the nose and over here, it was this thick line of glitter. And I'm thinking, like, what? Like, what is it? No, I know. It was bad. And he had green nail polish on. Again, I don't care what you do. But I'm sorry. I'm just not, yes, the doctor. I'm not going to look at a person and, like, fall into, like, you identifying a dog. If that's the case, take it all the way and go to the veterinary, right? So anyway, I told the doctor, I said, "All right, look, your next patient's in hygiene." He goes, "I know, I already saw him. I had to give him numb." And I forgot he needed to get numb for his cleaning. I said, okay. So then we were sitting in the back talking. And he's like, "I just don't believe it." I'm like, "Why the glitter?" Like, that's what we were most baffled about. Like, what was the glitter? Why? And it was green glitter, like, all around his eye. I said, "I don't know. I guess he dressed up to go to the dentist." So anyway, is he out of man? I j It was wild. It was just wild, and I'm sitting there thinking, like, "You're what?" I don't know. I mean, look, I put rhinestones all over my face when we went to the Eagles parade, but that's kind of, like, sometimes what you do. Like, if you go to a festival or a parade or something like that, you're like, you put something on your face. I can understand that. I'm fine with that. But I was just like, "I don't understand why you did this for the dentist," but here we are. And some people just don't want to. And the doc, no, 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 no. The doctor, yeah, everybody in the work in work's like, I want to work with him. He's so cute. Now he is a good looking guy, right? Like he's a good looking kid. And I call him a kid because he's 27 and he could be my child. I've literally been doing this longer than he's been alive on earth. So I'm like, I don't play into that because he's one of those that knows that he's good looking and then he's a doctor. So he's kind of got a little bit of an air. So I have to, like, humble him a little bit sometimes. And he just looks at me and he laughs and he's like, I brought donuts in that day. And he's like, you always have the best snacks. This has the best snacks. I said, I know. So you got to stay with me. Maybe he's just an actor and didn't have time to change. M Well, I would love to think that, Tater, but I know that that's not the case. I filled the paper I mean, I had to scan the paperwork, and, I saw the interaction between him and his husband. And it's they're not actors. It's just sad. Again, your walk, not mine. I don't care. It's not my business, but you're now in my face, and I thought, "Ugh." So I had that, and then I was dealing with the guy that I work with. And I already told you that he sleeps in one of the buildings, like, in our building, but, like, a couple of suites down. He must have broke the lock. He did something. So he couldn't get in, and then so that was the whole thing. Now, he's at the desk for me, and he's worrying about that. I said, "You need to stay at the desk. That is not our business. This is." So he's like, he kind of got a little bit of an attitude. So I called my boss. I said, I'm going to send him home. I said, if this is more important, then get the frig away from me. Then let me do it by myself because I'm able to do it by myself. It's difficult and very frustrating, and I hate doing it by myself. But I could get more accomplished on my own than with Captain Chaos. So the boss is like, you two better get along, and I'm like, oh, traitor. 'Cause he knows how I feel. So he said send him in the back. So he was there and he stayed the whole entire time in the back. I don't know what the hell he was doing in the back, but he didn't come to the front. And that's all that mattered to me. I was like, just stay away from me. Stay away. I was so mad. My new girl starts on Monday. I am so excited. She says she keeps texting me, like, I can't wait. I'm excited. I'm like, I'm excited too. You don't know. So Mr. Kazi reminded me that I have to bake something. So now I gotta figure out what I'm gonna bake. There's options. There's options. I'll bake something, but I can't wait for her to start. Because the plan is, and listen, firing somebody is not, it's not the funnest thing to do. It's really the worst part of the job. Um, but after a week, he's gonna be gone. He'll be gone, so I won't have to worry about him anymore. And then one last thing about him, right? So I found out a while ago that there was, rumors in the community, dental community, that he's here to train because he's going to eventually own the practice. I said, "Oh, is that so?" So I told my boss. I said, "This is what's being said." And he's like, "How'd you hear that?" I said, "The dental community is very small, right? We all talk and rumors spread." I said, "And it's actually being talked about at the mosque." And he's like, "What?" I said, "Yeah." And he said, like, they're they sit and they talk about things that are going on in, everybody's life and all that. And that's all well and good. That's fine. They have a community where they, like our church, get together, there's like a little cafeteria, whatever. That's fine. So he's like, that's not happening. Now, fast forward 3 weeks, because he thought that I was joking. He was sitting at the front desk with me, my boss, while the other one was over on the other station. And my boss texts me and he says, I just want to let you know, um, his ego is bruised because my boss went to the mosque. His ego is bruised because he was telling everybody at the mosque that he was managing the office. And he had to tell him, no, that's not true. So his ego is bruised. I said, okay, well, I told you what's going on down there. You didn't believe me. So there's that. That's enough of him because I have to deal with that nonsense on Monday. Crazy people. Crazy, I tell you, crazy. Yeah. Uh, I'm grateful that I have a job, even if it's crazy. I have to deal with it anywhere. All right. Do you guys want to see what we did? You guys want to see what we did? We have the video pulled up. Mr. Kazi made this for us. All right. So, 4 or 5 times in a yeah. So we went to Philly. We did the whole Liberty Bell and Independence Hall. I've never actually, I mean, I've seen the bell. Obviously, it used to be out in the yard, and now they have it in a building that's like bullet and bomb proof. And Independence Hall, I've never actually been in. So we did that. Right. So here's our little video. We went to the Constitution Center. I sped it up a little bit. Is it working? Oh yeah. These are the statues when you walk into the room. There are like many, many statues, and I have to tell you, they are creepy. They're bronze, but they're very creepy. There is no sound. So if you think that you're not listening, all right, here we go. Will you sign the Constitution? Now, before you used to write in the book. The first time I went, I actually used a pen and wrote on paper. They don't do that anymore. They do it electronically, obviously. The last time I went was, I don't know, when it first opened. So there's like cuts in different angles because there were other people there and I like felt bad. So I would like move and then, good morning, Stephanie. I'm glad you're here. So there were other people and then so I would walk away and let them sign and then then I go back. So here you go. There you are, Jarella. There's Tater. Now hold on. I made sure that I remembered all of the OGs. So if I missed you, I am very sorry, but I think I did it. Brad, I had to give you a star. There's Nico and Steve. I couldn't fit the whole like a lot of them in there. Like, don't mind my handwriting. It's on like, it's on a tablet. But that's Lady Autumn Sky. And these are in no particular order, okay? I was nervous because there were people behind me. Lilith barely got her name in there. Ocean. I was gonna try and make like a little draw like a little octopus for you, but then I was like, all right, don't go getting crazy. Let's get these signatures in there. We put Olivia in there because Olivia needs a little bit of love right now. And we do know that she comes in when she's around. She's out there running in the streets right now or in the woods. April, Bubby, Canine. There you are, Stephanie. Ozzy's kitchen. Rally. I think I spelled her name wrong, so don't. I was under stress. Granny Whisperer. Jersey. That's Zeno. Pops in every once in a while. We have the right to stand in line. Now, don't ask me why. Don't ask me why I put Mr. Kazi because he could have signed his own name, but I was just signing for the class. Caturday peeps, for in case I missed anybody. I, Kimmy Kazi, solemnly swear to protect all sets of whiskers. So cringe. I thought it was going to be so much better, but I I had to do it twice because dumbass me put my left hand up first. So I was like, swearing, like taking the oath, and I was swearing with my left hand. And I'm like, wait a minute, aren't you supposed to do that? Aren't you supposed to do that with your right hand? So I'm like, we got to go back there and do a double take. So the first one was funnier, but this one was like, let me just get this done and over with. Anyway, we took an oath. That's his little plug.
I have a question. Do you guys still does the city still do the duck tour?
No,
Okay.
no, not as much. We kind of are what replaced it.
Over. Okay.
And these buses, for their many qualifications, are not seaworthy. So,
right.
Christchurch Cemetery to our right.
Oh, thank you, Jarella. We got a few. We didn't know what we were going to do. Here's the thing. We decided when we made this trip, we said we were going to the Liberty Bell, Independence Hall, and the Constitution Center. There were three things we were definitely doing. As we're walking around, we saw these buses, and they were like bus tours, like it took you around and stuff like that. And I said, well, maybe we could do a bus tour. And we're like, yeah, Mr. Coz is like, yeah, if we feel like it after we do everything we want to do. And I'm like, okay. So I'm like, I think I really want to do the bus tour. And he's like, all right, let's go. So this is the bus tour. And this, we both agreed, was the highlight of our trip. Everything had like its funny moments, but this was the best thing. You're not going to see the whole tour. You're just going to see a couple of little snippets that he took.
This is the final resting place of 5 signatories of the Declaration of Independence. The most famous one is over in the far corner. Mr. Ben Franklin is there, buried alongside his wife, his daughter, and one of his 2 sons. The son who did not fight for the British in the Revolutionary War. Families are complicated. Right next door to the cemetery, we've got the United States Mint. This is the oldest mint in the country and still can churn out coins at the rate of 1.8 billion an hour.
Coins are produced at 1.8 million an hour.
Artist Rodin, outside of Paris, we have Rodin's best loved masterpiece. Watch your heads. Right in front of the Rodin Museum is the photo op you never knew you wanted, the Thinker. There he is right there. And if you look past the Thinker, you'll notice there's a large dark relief panel in the entry of the museum.
Like, that's a pretty famous statue, the Thinker. I like how you talk without the mic. Yeah, listen, he had a lot of dad jokes. Like, Mr. Kazi could definitely do a bus tour. He could be a bus tour guy.
Which is very popular with our local married couples. They frequently get their wedding photos taken there. And the name of that relief panel? The Gates of Hell. Pay very careful attention to the way your partner just reacted. No further comment at this time. All right. So one of the things you will see at the penitentiary if you stop by to visit is a recreated cell of a famous inmate. A man named Al Capone spent time back here on purpose. He was trying to be a more serious charge than the weapons charge he pled to, because he knew full well the warden running the place at the time was his childhood friend. We'll find special exhibits, but before we see that, we're going to pass under a little something I call Garrote Alley. This wire gets lower by the day. You know it's bad when I go down this path. Please watch your heads. Yeah, don't stand up here. Not a good idea. Weren't there 4 of you back there?
He said, weren't there 4 of you back there? So, I did get hit in the face with a branch, and the wires were definitely low at points where you had to duck. There's another little snippet. Mr. Kazi says, do you know what that is? Yeah, that's blurry. Oh, darn it. He's like, do you know what that little thing is on the step? I was like, yeah. Do you guys know what that is? Let me see if I could take it back a little bit so it's not as blurry. Oh, gotta hit it real fast. Uh, darn it. There you go. Do you know what that is? I got to help install electricity. Happy Caturday. I gotta help. Oh my gosh, Brad, be careful. And don't be using any chainsaws. Oh my word. Rubber shoes. So this is in front of Independence Hall, in front of the door. This is inside boot scraper. Yep. This is inside Independence Hall. Yep. Clean your shoes before you go in. Like, this is literally where everything was done.
Morning, Governor.
Where are y'all visiting from?
Jersey.
Jersey. Wait, the good part where you root for the Eagles?
Yes.
Go Birds.
We used to live in Philly. We moved.
Nice. Well, welcome. We're so glad you're here. It's a great day to celebrate America and remind us what it's all about. Right, dude?
So there's like this family in is this over? What the hell? That was over. Now it's up cut. Oh, all right, whatever. There was this family in front of us in the Liberty Bell because we went there first. It's free to get into the Liberty Bell. Good morning, Nico. Nico, you'll have to go back a little bit. I signed your name and Steve's name to the Constitution, or on the Constitution. But before, like, it's free to get into the Liberty Bell, but you had to get there. I think it's open at 9, so we got there a little early, and there was a couple in front of us. They were so cool. They're from Oregon. And so they, like, I don't know what part in Oregon they were from, but they said they flew to Portland and then they did a road trip across, and then, so they were going here to Philly and then they were going to go to DC. So I was like, I said, is Philly, are we treating you good, or are we like, are we rude? Is like, because that's what I want to know from out of towners. He's like, well, the hotel last night was a little rocky. It could have been a little nicer. And I was like, oh, well, I apologize on behalf of all Philadelphians because we're not supposed to be like that. And so then we were just talking about like where he should go get a cheesesteak and stuff like that. And I told him Angelo's, and because we were kind of in the area of that place, like Manayunk would be too far for people that were on foot. And he's like, I heard that like 3 times. He's like, we got to go there. So I looked at his wife. I'm like, let him go to Angelo's. So I was telling him all about that. No, I didn't. I put Caturday peeps. So we were talking to them. They were really, really nice. Like really, really a nice couple. Like great kids. They were sitting there doing, they were very quiet, very manner. They had great manners. They were just really nice people. So I was like, all right, that's cool. Like go here, go there. But they were doing the same thing. They got to the Liberty Bell and then they were going to do the like the, Independence. And then I don't know what else they were going to do. Hopefully he did go to Angela's. So they did that. And then, that was fun because we got in the morning and we were in and out, and well, you'll have to see because again, Mr. Kazi got footage of the things that happened in those areas, so you'll have to stay tuned for that. Then we ran over to the Independence Hall, which you have to buy tickets for. They're $1. to go into Independence Hall. $1. So, like, you can, if you were planning on a trip, like, say in August, you can get your tickets now. But if you didn't get your tickets at 5 p.m. every evening, they release more tickets, and by 5:02 they're gone. So Mr. Kazi was on it. Poor guy. He was waiting for the vets to arrive to the house and buy in Independence Hall tickets. So he got us in, and then by the time we got over there, it wasn't, there wasn't any big crowds. So I got busted through security on the Liberty Bell, and like I had to like step aside and be swiped down. And then I was like, "What the hell? There's nothing in my pockets. Like, what the hell's going on?" I don't even have a button on my jeans because I got the pull up jeans. We're in the middle of the transition of clothes. So I was like, "Oh my gosh, I forgot. I have a cage in my back." So the friggin' my spinal cage is setting the alarms off. So then we go over to Independence Hall. I got beeped again. I'm like, whatever. So we did that. I didn't get like they didn't zap me through the Constitution Center. But so we go into Independence Hall and we did that. It was really interesting, like to see everything, and they have it set up. They have in Independence Hall, they have the original, like, like the judicial system, or like that area, like all of like the court was there. It's this big. And the only original piece of furniture that is where they actually signed the document was George Washington's chair. So everything else is like replicated and all that stuff. So, but it was, I mean, listen, it was, like, like, I'm impressed because I'm literally grew up here and I never went. I'm kind of ashamed, but then I'm also like, I'm so glad we did it. The Constitution Center was nothing that I thought it's nothing that I remember. I remember something totally different. It's irrelevant. It's really cool. Like, it's historical. And of course they have like the Betsy Ross thing, like you have like all the little Independence area. They have all of it's all original, like the buildings and everything like that. So I don't want to, Mr. Kazi's got hi Jenny Lenny. So we went to we didn't walk down the streets where Betsy Ross, was and all of that. We didn't get to see last year we saw Ben Franklin and Betsy Ross, like, the characters that walk around the street. We saw them, but we didn't see them this year. Um but the bus tour, that was fun. Now, I got punked on my steps and I'm pissed because me and Mr. Kazi, we did the same amount of steps. We went to the car, like, to charge up the phone and stuff like that, and then he left the car and walked to the restroom, so he got more steps at that point. And then in the morning, he's very good at carrying his phone. If I'm up here and go downstairs, I don't take my phone. What do I need my phone for? Like, if I miss a call, I'll come back and I'll call you right away. So I don't track the steps in the house. He does. So I'm giving him, like, a few extra steps, but his steps equaled almost 5.5 miles. We walked over 5 miles on Thursday. Yesterday, my ass was kicked. I have not done that in years because my back surgeries, being fat, not wanting to exercise and all that stuff. Now I'm like, I got, some more pep in my step. And he just got done having heel surgery. So I didn't realize how, like, I wasn't thinking, like, because he was like upbeat and all that. And I didn't think about him, like, pushing it. So when it was good for us. When we went on the bus tour, they said 90-minute tour. It was a little less because, like, there was only, like, they had many stops. You can get off, get on, like, wherever you wanted to go because they dropped you off at certain, like, attractions, like, visitor, like, places. But we didn't get off, and not many got off and got on. So it was, it was like a pub crawl. Pub crawl. Like every 25 minutes, the bus came by, one of the stops. So we didn't get off though. So it was like an hour and 15 minutes. And it was a much needed ride. We were sitting up top. It was nice and it was sunny, but then like, on the bus, like, it was airy. So it was really cool. Another tip, if you park Friday 6 to 9 a.m., it's half off. Yeah, we did get ice cream, and that cost $15 with a tip. So when we were leaving the garage, we got there at exactly 8:01, and Mr. Kazi thought it was 8 o'clock. And he's like, all right, we'll just pay the $30. It is what it is. So when we left, he was like, no, it's 9 o'clock that you get half price. So we paid $15, and then we figured, well, we were thinking about paying 30, so we just think that we got free ice cream. Just let us live our lives. Kimmy, they really didn't start to work on that to build that area up and creating it for visitors until the bicentennial. Yes. Oh yeah, for sure. There's no doubt the bicentennial. There's absolutely. I remember the bicentennial. I was, because my grandparents were real, they were into all that stuff. So I remember, like, we had to have this. My brother was born in the bicentennial year. But I remember my grandmother, she bought like this little tiny grandfather clock that you hang on the wall, and it had like, the date and everything like that. And like she would always talk about it. I grew up with this clock in the house, and I was like, okay, whatever. And now I'm just like, that's pretty cool that we were born here. We could have been born anywhere in the world. Just think about that. Like everybody that's in chat right now, we could have been born anywhere in this world, but we were born here. And So anyway, I get sentimental about that. So we signed the Constitution. I did not read it. I did not sign your names. I did not read the contract before I signed your names. But I figured, you know what? Let's just get our names on there. And if I missed anybody, I apologize. I did group everybody together for the Caturday peeps. So we're good. Exactly. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. So we didn't run into too many. I mean, we did at the Liberty Bell. There was like a bunch. There was like a whole group of like I don't know where they were from, but they were they were Asian, and they were pretty rude. I have to tell you. Like the one guy was like, "Get out of my way! Get out of my way! Get out of my way!" And he kept doing this. I said, "If you step on my sneakers, because I wore my OG leather Nikes that are like, they're the leather, and they have the red swoosh, and then they have a blue in the sole. So I wore my red, blue, white, and blue, like good sneakers. I said, if you step on my sneakers, it's going to be on. I was so mad. And it could, because they don't pay attention. They're just like busy. All of them had their cameras out, and they're all like, and I'm just like, I want to get a picture too. Like, I'm in and out. Just let me get in and out, except for when I was signing everybody's name. Ah. But it was cool. It was cool. So he'll have more videos up and, show you all the like, because there was a couple of interactions that were funny. So he'll have all that on it on the Trippin' channel. Um we were gonna do something today, but it's rainy, so we can't do anything today. But we're thinking about no, we are going to do something tonight. So after Caturday, I'm going to go food shop and I'll cook. And by the time all that's done, then we'll be out. We'll be out doing it. I have a $2 bill that is stamped 1970. Oh, I always thought it was cool. I guess things are worth more because yeah. Did anyone see the first video? I'll play that in a little bit. I'll play it in a little bit. If he's a tourist and you're a tourist, he can wait. Everyone, yeah. I'm assuming, but I kind of knew that that was going to happen. I kind of knew, like, that we were going to run into some butt heads. That was the only interaction that I was like, ew. Except for when we were signing the Constitution, this one lady came up and she was like, I guess she was wondering why I was signing a lot of people. And I was like, oh, I said, I just have friends from all around the country that I'm signing their names for. And she's like, how do they even know this is here? I didn't. And I said, because I have a YouTube channel and we get together. And I told them that I would sign their name. So we had to, like, keep backing up and I wasn't going to be rude. I wasn't going to be like a tourist. I was letting everybody do their thing. It wasn't that busy. So, you know, anyway, it was fun. You have 10 of them? Oh, Mr. Kazi has 10. Oh, his mom was a collector of those things. Mr. Kazi has those things. All right, let's go into. I think everybody here did see it. Ugh. I have to show everybody this because I think most of us in the crowd know who this. Well, maybe not everybody, but I just put in Kazi's Be Trippin' and I spelled it like I don't know why I misspelled it, but I did. So I put Kazi's Be Trippin' and look what came up first. I don't want to be a part of any of this. Cyrax, why did Cyrax come up when I put in Kazi? I'm very, very upset right now. How come I can't find our channel? Hold, please. Why can't I find our channel? I keep saying ours. It's not ours. You, yeah, can you believe that came up? It's not our channel. It's Mr. Kazi's channel. But, like, I'm involved, like, because I'm along for the ride. I have to stop saying our because it's not ours. It's him. I have it here. There's Mr. Kazi. I can't believe that. Ah! Mail's here. What in the world? I can't. Why am I not? I should. Mr. Kazi, you have to drop the link in the channel. Oh, thank you. Because I could not find it. It's in my subscriptions. Why the hell did that not come up? What the freak? Oh boy. Putting somebody in a timeout. Okay. I hate same, Jarella. Same. Here's the mall. It never fails. It makes one a tail. When it comes, I want to. Aha. Listen, our girl, she's involved in, like, because she delivers here. She's on our page, like our, Facebook, neighborhood page. And if we always put, did Amazon deliver to your house? We can't find our stuff, whatever. She gets right on there. She's like, I found it. I brought it over. I love her. I love her. I love her. I do. She's a great person. I didn't have kids, so I didn't watch the Blues Clues. So, Mr. Kazi, I want to go to Nika. We're going to share it. So, Will definitely he dropped it. I shared it on my community tab, but he dropped it. I told Mr. Kazi I want to go to the movies because I haven't been to the movies in a long time, and I just feel like I want to do like movies. So I was looking for the movies, and they have like the Michael Jackson thing out, and then they have this other movie. Um, it's like a comedy, Stay at Home Dad or something like that. Oh, oh, you watched the Blues Clues while you were sick? You saw Backrooms recently? There's like a couple of movies that are out, and I'm just kind of like a little bit offended by it. And I'm like, why am I getting offended by a movie that I'm never going to watch? Like, I'm not going to, put myself in that situation. So why am I like pissed off about it? But they have Supergirl, they have Toy Story 5. I saw something the Minions, and like I'm so down with Despicable Me. If Puss in Boots or Shrek ever came out, I would definitely go. Oh, and Transylvania Hotel. Those would definitely be things that I would tell Mr. Cossie I have to go see. But I don't know what we're going to do. We just know that we're going out tonight. We're going to do something tonight because, again, it's like our little staycation vacation. I wanted to go down the shore. I thought we were going to be traveling Caturday this morning, but it's raining. So I wanted to go like to a boardwalk. But we can't because it's raining. Like raining. So that sucks. You're waiting until April next year when Spaceballs, the next one, comes out, my favorite 80s movie. Mr. Kazi probably would like that. I don't care to go really, but I indulge him sometimes. But one theater, yeah, all of our theaters have reclining chairs. All of our theaters have the reclining chairs. Do it! Lilith, you gotta go back. I signed you to the institution and I used like your full YouTube name. It was very difficult to get in with my fat finger and my letterings. But Lilith Moonchild is signed on the Constitution. So we do have the reclining chairs. And there are like if we go to like an early one, I will legitimately go in my pajamas and take my little throw blanket and get all cuddled up and watch a movie. I freaking love the movies and that we don't go often. But when we do go, I love it. There's nothing like movie popcorn. I have to have the popcorn and like the blue slushy. You're welcome, Lola. Like, it's just all of that nostalgia. And I have to see the trailers. We can't go late. You gotta see the trailers. You gotta see what's coming up. I love going to the movies, but we don't go often. When I do, I love it. And I'm like, why don't we do this more often? Oh, that's right. It costs like $100. Signed into? No, we signed the institution. The Constitution. The end of like whatever the hell it's called. You guys know what I'm talking about. I just signed everybody's name. Gotta have the popcorn. Gotta put the butter on it. All the fake butter. All the bad things. All the bad things. Flo, you too. Good morning. I signed you on too. They have something about Furious out too. They have something about that. I mean, my favorite movie is Sex in the City still. It's still Sex in the City. And I just it's always going to be my favorite. It's just it's iconic. I could go to the movies by myself. I would go. When we go home, we go to the drive-in. Oh, those are the best. Like the good old days. We just grab a bucket of chicken and popcorn. It's so fun. Yeah, we have drive-ins. They're far away, but we do have drive-ins. And they play like six friggin' movies. You go there, it's an all-day event. I thought I catched up. Oh, Brad, you're back. So, you girls that just joined, we just watched a little video. I don't know, like I might post it on my channel. I gotta like see if Mr. Kazi is down for that. I mean, I guess why wouldn't he be? Because it's just about the Caturdays. So we watched a little video that Mr. Kazi edited it for us on our little adventure out to Philly. I ate, what did you eat? Spaghetti? Oh, you girls are over there playing in that nonsense. Now look, I heard that, I was being mentioned again, but not in a bad way. I just want to be done with that whole nonsense. And this is what the garlic bread thing is going to be. Every time somebody talks about it, it's always going to be me. And I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I don't want to be involved in the shenanigans, right? I just don't want to be involved in the shenanigans. We're over here, we're just drinking coffee and having fun. Or, talking shit. Talking shit about life. All that other nonsense, stay the hell out of it. But I do want to say, I told you so. You should have listened to me. I told you. Watch how she moves, and now look at where you are. Since my name's signed, I'll start taking autographs. Yeah, that is funny. Can I give you one with Yankee Doodle Dandy and other? Yeah, yes, you can. Yeah, if that's what you want me to post on the channel, absolutely, absolutely. And then I'll tag the your channel on it when I post it. We friends went to a drive-in in high school, and it was double feature. I got stir crazy sitting in the car. It was two. We saw Pee Wee Herman movie and something with Val Kilmer. Give me Disney or give me Disney or give me death. Grew up with dad. Yes, yeah. We had the two stations wagons. I don't know if you remember that, but yuck for drama. She's a bored housewife, and her partner that just broke up. And that's who. But Kimmy must sign and keep the cash. So, anyway, you girls are all signed into it. And then, like others too that frequent. No, not from. No, we're not from. Mr. Nazi's from Kensington, but I'm not. No. We drove through Kensington to get to Center City. Yeah. Oh, they broke up a while ago. But now they're going back and forth. And like my name was mentioned and all this stuff because someone else broke up and I was like, I told you so. Anyway, I don't give a shit about that. So we're just gonna sit over here and do our coffee. Mr. Kazi, I really enjoyed the coffee today. Thank you very much. He makes my coffee every Saturday. I did shower for you guys this morning. So, be feel special. All right, so let's look at. I'm getting antsy because I didn't go shopping yesterday. I was literally assed out in the bed all day. It was Kenneth's mouth out your mouths. I napped all day. I laid around. I did scrub the bathroom last night. It was like 9:30 and I'm like, I have to do something productive today. So I decided to inhale chemicals before I went to bed. That's what I did do. All right. Mr. Kazi, you can drop the channel here. All right, this is his debut. He filmed it in a short format.
So, hi. Mr. Kazi has this idea that we're going to do some road trips, and we're going to call it Kazi's Trippin', or Kazi's Bee Trippin'. We're still kind of working the kinks out, but he has me in the car, and we're going on this adventure. I have no idea where he's taking me. So, let's ask him, shall we? Because I'm sure he has a couple of questions. Or I have a couple of questions. Okay, sir.
Hi,
Hi. I know you're driving, so you can't look at the camera because we have safety first.
I am driving. It is safety first. We're on US Route 1 heading north in Brunswick, New Jersey. We're still about a mile away from where I'm taking you.
A mile, an hour.
Oh, I lied. You're absolutely right. An hour. I apologize.
So we've been in the car for an hour, and I
Yes.
still don't know where we're going.
Yes.
I just know that they have, quote, the best onion rings in Jersey and really good burgers, to, quote my husband here. And today when he called, apparently there's a famous booth, and if we may need reservations, but they say first come, first serve. That's all that I know.
Right.
So any, little details that you want to give me hints to?
Okay. Sure.
Terrell.
This place is had one of the most iconic scenes in television and movie history.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting. I did not know this.
It's a well-known location of a final scene.
No, The Sopranos? Did I guess it? Did I guess it?
Did
Because
you Google?
no, I promise. I've only done
Did
that
you
once.
Google?
Nope, I've only done that once to you, and I
All right.
felt awful.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Yes, we're going to a place called Holston's. It's been around since 1939.
Wow.
And you may remember in The Sopranos, obviously, the ending, they were there to get together the family to have a bite. And he says, get the onion rings. They're the best as far as I'm concerned.
Oh,
What he
now I'm
says.
really excited because wow, okay.
And so it's in Bloomfield, New Jersey. And so we'll go there and again, just take a look and we'll, I guess, show you the rest of that. Congratulations. You thought that out on your own.
Well, when you
That was a
said
great, you know what? I probably gave too much away.
you gave too much away in the first clip here, but that's okay because we have an hour to go.
You're not going to film me for an hour because I might.
No,
have to
I
pick
don't
my
want to
nose or
film.
something.
Yeah, no, I don't want to film you for an hour.
All right, good.
All right, so Mr. Kazi got me here. We're turning, and that little spot right there is apparently iconic. So, are you excited?
All right, so we finally got here, and
We did.
we had lunch here. What did you think?
Is very 1939. You can tell it's all original. The ambiance is great. Ice cream was really good. We got peaches.
Peach ice cream was very, very good, and it had homemade whipped cream.
And the other thing too, I think, is that it was cool because we got to sit in the booth that is the famous booth, and we didn't have to fight for it. But when we were looking through the jukebox, the song at the end of the show wasn't in the jukebox, but My Love Is Alive was there.
That's one of your favorite. Get it right.
Yes. That's up there with Boogie Shoes.
That's right.
If you know, you know.
And they have candy in there as well. Bazooka Joe gum, believe it or not, and homemade candies that they made. It was very. Yeah. Did you have a good time?
I did.
Were you surprised, even though you guessed it right away?
Well, you said the TV show, so how could I not guess it? But yeah, I was absolutely surprised. I thought it was going to be something completely different, but the show made it even more special.
And the best part was you wore your Eagles colors in Giant territory and got away with it.
Go Birds!
Thank you. Yes. You too.
And there he goes. So that's Mr. Kazi's channel. Oh, there we go. Just a hometown girl. Yeah, that's weird because the final scene had that, that's how they closed out the show. And it wasn't in there. I was like, why wouldn't they have the song on there? Anyway, the peach ice cream was peachin'. It was very faint, but it was good ice cream. And it definitely was. The bathrooms were still from the 30s. Like they had the radiator in there, and like it looked like the original tile floor. It was definitely still 39ish, like the colors and everything like that. And the booths, they were it was like a cool experience. It's something like, I mean, I'm not going to be like, hey, let's go back there, because in my opinion they were not the best onion rings, and the burger wasn't like, I had a grilled cheese. So like I had like, it was the ambiance, the surprise, and like, of course, spending time with Mr. Kazi. Sometime in the months we will be in Riverside, New Jersey. If we could meet up. My brother is on hospice and wants something good to remember. Oh, I'm so sorry, Nico. I really am sorry to hear that. That's terrible. I'm sorry. We'll definitely be praying for you. Shoot us an email. Yeah, shoot us an email. We know where that Riverside is. So what else did we do? What did we start out with? Oh, we didn't finish Thursday. I didn't finish our thing. Went and did trivia again. I got like at the last answer, like you can double your points, or you can like bet 50% of your points. The question was, who was the first band that was allowed to uh like concert tour in China? I knew the answer. I knew the answer because it's Wham. And I don't know why I didn't answer the freaking question, because I was like, I know. I don't know why I didn't hit the button. And like nobody got the answer. We would have been the only ones to get the answer, and we probably would have climbed up the totem pole. We were doing pretty good, and then we went down to like a 7, because then, they start doing all this new age, like, new music and all this stuff. So anyway, our girl was very excited to see us. And I told her, I said, this is the last time we're going to be here, because, he starts his normal shift, and he doesn't get home until 8, and trivia starts at 7:30. So we won't be able to, be here. But I can always go with my girlfriend. She's, not too far from me, so we can always go there. So there's that. It was a good day. We had a good day. Mr. Kazi really pushed himself for me, and I thoroughly, and I appreciate it, because it was, it's memorable. So anyway, his channel dropped. We went on vacation. You guys were signed into the Declaration of Independence, and I walked 5 miles. All in all, great couple of days off. And I have no idea where the night's going to take us. So for everybody that's coming in, we're not going to be on tonight because I want to have a date with my husband before we have to get kick started back into the work week. Who's WLF? Am I missing something? Who's WLF? I don't know who that is. I thought that was somebody in the chat. So potentially the movies. But I gotta go food shopping after this. Yes. I'm telling you, I thought the date was going to end soon on Thursday because we did the haul, and I got hangry because I only had like a little bit of coffee in the morning, and I didn't eat. My fault. I didn't eat my oats. It's my fault. So I got hangry and I was starting to get real cranky. And I'm like, we got to find food. And I wanted to go to like this breakfast joint that I found, but we didn't exactly know where it was. And he's like, I see a cafe right here. And I'm like, I just, in my mind, I thought it was going to be like shitty stuff, like just something in the middle of like a tourist attraction, it turns out that it was a really good place. I was like, "Oh my word." Like it was a place where like people hang out at night. They have like the lights all over, you get a couple of drinks, they have good food. I was very surprised. So I should have listened to my husband and not been cranky because it was literally 200 feet in front of me, 200 yards in front of me. But I was hangry and getting cranky. Week after next, work is going to be a swirling hellscape. So yeah, I'm jazzed. I have to be on site every day for weeks. I am a ball of dread. Oh, Trella, you're not wearing your heels, right? You gave up on your heels? Maybe not like you could. Well, yeah, I think if I worked from home, I wouldn't want to be on site every day. Yeah, I don't think. I mean, I have to be on site every day, so I'm a ball of dread every Sunday. It's a pain in the ass. But anyway, I'm thankful I have a job. So my new girl starts. I have to bake her something. And I found, do you remember the good humor bars? Like you got the chocolate crunch or you got the strawberry crunch. I am not a big strawberry fan, but there are certain things that I do like strawberry. Every once in a while, I get like a craving for strawberry ice cream, and I don't know why, but I do. So I found this recipe where I can make my own strawberry crunch like topping. So I was thinking maybe I'll make strawberry cupcakes, or I can make like a dreamsicle cupcake. I don't know. There's a lot of stairs, no heels or flips. Not perish. Oh, well, then it's on 2 extra days. Homemade lemon squares. I've never made a lemon square. Interesting. Mr. Kazi doesn't like lemon, so I don't really get into the lemon. Like, I love lemon stuff, but he's not a lemon. So if I bake something, I want to bake something that he'll like. And then next week we have like a little family get together that we're gonna have. So I have to figure out what I'm gonna bake for the ladies. Andre, good morning. Are you home from your vacation? Are you sad that you're home from your vacation? You get them out there. Yeah, we can still get them. They still have them here. I don't like popsicles because when you get to the stick, I don't like the taste of the what comes with the stick. I don't like that. So I'd rather just have ice cream, but I'm not going to turn a popsicle down, let's face it. Like, I wouldn't turn a popsicle down. It's an old site, but their recipes are joyofbaking.com. Let's look it up. Hold on. All right. So we'll share. I'll share with the class. I'm going to have to save this one. Close that. Yeah, I'm on Pinterest like 2-3 times a day. It gets on my freaking nerves. All right, so they have new recipes, savories, cakes, cookies, muffins, scones, pies, tarts, breakfast, bars, cupcakes, shortbreads, breads, and YouTube channel. Let's go into the cupcakes. I've been thinking about doing homemade ding-dongs. Why are you doing this to me? White cupcakes. All right, this site's touchy. I've made Boston cream. Banana chocolate sounds good. I've done chocolate peanut butter, lemon. I've done the individual cheesecakes. Oh, this looks good. I don't think I could ever do a petit four. You're home from vacation, great time. Welcome home. All right. Let's go back up and see bars and squares. There you go, the lemon. I have not ever made shortbread, and I love shortbread. Great cookie bar and brownie recipes too. I haven't made my brownies in forever. This is a great site. Thank you very much. He's whistling for the cats. They're getting their crunchies, and I heard Harley, a little bowling ball. Chocolate Rice Krispies? Marshmallow squares? I have to, like some marshmallow. When I make, did an air fryer chocolate. You did? Red velvet. Okay. I have to like keep in mind like dietary restrictions. Like I can't use like gelatin or anything like that. So when I make, and I've always made my marshmallow with egg whites. So I definitely, I can't buy like the marshmallow, and I can, and I can eat it, but I have to make sure that work they can say it. Chocolate yogurt cake. I'm not getting punked with that again. Refuse to get punked with that. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing the yogurts and the cheesecake stuff. We're not doing that anymore. Lemon frosted pound cake, like star. Let me tell you about this Starbucks experience that we had. I cracked up. I have to like really do a deep dive into this. This looks like I was thinking about doing pineapple upside down cupcakes too. Ooh. Well, all right. Here's the website for y'all. and then also for me to remember. So it's the internet's forever. Info, you smartass. There's absolutely no way. I did the yogurt ones and I did the cottage cheese ones, and they were thrown out. Mr. Kazi does not throw food out. He is not. He does not do that. They had to go. They were in the trash. I made their coconut cake too. It was great. Ooh, can do you want me to put sugar in it? Yo. Um. Oh, Nico. I'm trying to go back because when I look at stuff, it was the air fryer. Yeah, like I mean, I don't have an air fryer. I thought that I bought one, but I didn't. 44 anniversary. What are you laughing at? What's happening? What happened? It's not fair that he goes by laughing and I don't know what he's laughing at.
I thought I bought an air fryer and I did.
I mean, it heats up the nuggies. They take 35 minutes, but it still works. Um, so we were going on like we did all that walking and stuff like that. We were gonna like I said, I need a coffee. Do not drink coffee past 12 o'clock. That's my rule. 12 o'clock. If I'm not finished my coffee in the morning, I have to get rid of it because I'll be walking the walls all night long. So I'm like, right, but I'm like, oh, I have the day off, so let's, whatever. Let's live life on the edge. So we go into the Starbucks because the Constitution Center has a Starbucks next to it, but it's one of those that doesn't have it's not like a full on Starbucks. I just wanted a nice coffee. Haven't had a nice coffee in years. I drink hot coffee. I'm like, let me just get a nice coffee. So I go in. Mr. Kazi orders his, and I said, you know what? Just give me a medium iced coffee with extra ice, just cream. The girl says to me, we don't have iced coffee. I said, I'm sorry, what? She's like, we don't have iced coffee. And then they didn't have something else either. I said, am I being punked? Starbucks doesn't have iced coffee. And like the kid at the end, he starts laughing. I'm like, no, I'm dead serious. Like, how does Starbucks, how are you out of coffee? So I said, well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to make our own. I said, I want a medium, but get the extra large cup, pack it with ice, and just pour medium, like, ounce, like whatever it is, 12 ounces of coffee. He's like, oh, like they didn't know what I was talking about. So anyway, he puts a little bit of ice in there, and I'm like, no, you got it, like pour it, like. So I had to tell him how to make it. I'm like, we'll get this together. Listen, Jarrell, one time with my nephew's 5th birthday, we took him to Chuck E. Cheese because that's all the kid wanted to do is do Chuck E. Cheese. We have a bunch of kids with us, like the family's there. We sit down, we order a couple of pizzas for the table, and they're like, "We're sorry, we're out of cheese." I said, "What? Your name is Chuck E. Cheese. How are you out of cheese?" I said, "There's an Acme next door. We can't go get it. We can't go get cheese." He said, "We already bought all their cheese." I said, "What are we going to do with these kids? Like they're running around. They want to play and then get pizza, and we can't have pizza." Step aside. I did. Like, we were joking and like we weren't rude about it. I was being sarcastic and loud, and the kids were like, they're kids. They were laughing, and like my husband's like, sorry, we're like the worst customers of the day, and the kids like, "No, you're the highlight of my shift." Chuck E. Cheese was out of cheese, yes, and then Starbucks was out of coffee. It was kind of late. It was kind of late. Yeah, Chuck E. Cheese isn't great, but it was for like a 5-year-old's birthday. You know what I mean? The parents were just going to suck it up. But that's what I'm saying. Like if you don't have if you don't have, you have coffee. You just put ice in it, and boom, you have iced coffee. I didn't want the hot coffee because we were out in the sun and we were getting ready to go on the bus and I didn't feel like holding a hot cup. Anyway, little kids don't care. They'll, I know, but what are we going to do? Tomato pie? We like, you know, no. The poor kid. So, anyway, that was that. No coffee at the, no coffee at the Starbucks. And then the ice cream truck that we went to, it was kind of like a Mr. Softy, but he changed the name. It was Liberty Ice Cream or something like that. He was Mr. Softy, but then they broke off, like they bought the truck or something, so that they can go anywhere because they're like Mr. Softies are designated to go to certain areas. They're like the mailmen. They got territories. So I'm like, all right, I want Jimmy's, and I'm looking at the menu after I got my ice cream, and I'm looking at the menu because you order like you know vanilla custard with chocolate jimmies. So I'm looking at the menu, and the whole entire thing was sprinkles. He called it chocolate sprinkles. I said, I'm sorry. I'm like, excuse me. I said, your Liberty truck, you're in Philly, and you have sprinkles on the truck. This is an abomination. He's like, yeah. He's like, I don't know. We just always called it sprinkles. I'm like, you're from Philly. They're Jimmy's. What are you talking about? So we had a little beat back and forth with him too. But everybody, like, we were just like, everybody was laughing at us. We weren't being rude. I know. How hard is it? Mm. I think it was just a busy day for them on Dre. I just think it was just a busy day. They were busy that day. I don't know. But the poor kid, so then my dad's like, let's go. We're leaving. And then we went to IHOP. It was like 5 minutes before they left. And my dad's like, here's the situation. This kid's birthday's today. He wanted, like, and he told them, and the manager's like, let them in. But then he said, like, can you keep it simple? Like, we're closing up the kitchen. Keep it simple. So we wound up getting chocolate pancakes for his birthday. You know what I mean? We were all happy. There's a little cafe inside the church I go to. I ordered an iced coffee, and the lady behind the counter didn't know how to make one. She had to ask for help. Aw. I mean, if you're young, where was I? Dunkin' Donuts. I heard, was it last week sometime? It had to have been last week. I went to Dunkin' Donuts. The line was crazy for the drive-thru. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to pull in. I'm going to go in. So I go in. Now, I have a thing with Dunkin' Donuts. Like, I give them the exact amount of money that I need. Only this time I had a 20, but say it's like 68 cents, right? So, like, say it's $3.68. I gave him like a 20 and 68 cents. He gives me back the 68 cents plus like I said, like he counted. He didn't realize that I gave him like, give me 17 doll hairs back. I gave you the change. He just put in like the $20 and he had the change in his hand and he was giving me what is it? Oh gosh, 32 cents. And I looked at him, I said, I gave you $20.68. I get $17 back. He thought that I was jipping him. And now everybody's looking like they think that I'm trying to take money off of them. And I'm like, this is sad that you don't know how to count money and figure out that I just did that. I'm not like, I don't got the 3 cups and you got to follow the ball. This is legit. Like, this is money. Simple math. It's scary when they do that. It's scary when I run into to kids that don't know how to count money. I mean, I get that we're using our debit card and credit cards and, Apple Pay and all that. I understand that whole thing, but you should know the bare basics of money. You should know that. Always trying to steal. I mean, you know. It's like, what the frick? Right. But if you put if you put in the money on the register, that's how it all started. The register that counted the money for them. It wasn't like the register where you had to push the buttons and like, all that stuff. That's where it all started, when you just pushed pictures on what you wanted. Anyway. So the 2 pounds that I lost last week, I'm pretty sure I gained back. Well, no, because I walked 5 miles. So I'm probably like even Steven. Suppose Philly cheese, all of them. All, when I saw this video, I watched Beard Meats Food. He's a professional eater and he does all these food challenges. When I was recovering from I never watched that stuff. When I was recovering from my weight loss surgery, for some reason I just wanted to watch people eat. And I don't know why. I wasn't thinking, because I never ate that copious amounts of food. But anyway, I was entertained by this guy. He's from England. He's got a big beard, and he makes a mess of himself and he apologizes. So one of his videos just popped up this week. He's still doing the stuff. He was in Vegas, and I didn't know that there's a Chicky and Pete's out in Vegas. Chicky and Pete's original is we can walk there because we have a bridge we can walk over. The original. They have amazing crab legs. And then they have these things that are called crab fries. It's basically little crinkle cuts, like thin crinkle, a little tiny bit bigger than McDonald's, but they're crinkle cut. They pepper them, they season them with Old Bay, and then they pour white American cheese all over them. Completely fattening, but they're the best things ever. So the challenge he had was it was a cheesesteak. It was a cheesesteak challenge. I think it was like a 6 pound sandwich. I don't know. The thing was huge. So they come out with it, and the whole thing is like red and green peppers and onions with a little bit of steak. I was never so mad. I actually commented on that. I told them to do better. If you're from Chicky and Pete's and the OG over there on, the Ave, I almost just said the Ave. If they knew what you were doing out there in Vegas, they should be ashamed of themselves. We laugh at white American cheese at the supermarket. It's racist cheese. It's the best cheese. But when you start to go a little bit, like in Delaware, they start serving the yellow American, and I'm like, that's not American. That's Kraft. That's not cheese. We get the white American cheese. It's white, not yellow. It's wasteful to me. It is sinful. It is, I know, but the guy makes it he has jokes and stuff like that. So for whatever reason, I got caught up in that stuff. And now he's in my feed. And I'm like, all right, I'll watch this one. But yeah, it is to eat 7 pounds of steak in one sitting. I don't understand how and then you got to do all the sides too. And for some, they're able to get it down. I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine. Even before weight loss surgery. Now I can only eat five. It's uncomfortable to eat 6 ounces of food. Got my wings because the place that we play trivia in has really, really, really good wings. And I usually they're every once in a while I'll have wings, but they're so good, so I got them again. I can only eat 4 wings. 4 wings and that's it, I'm done. I can't do. And then I had or maybe no, I had 4, and then I had a couple later on in the night, and then yesterday I had the other 4. Joey Chestnut. I don't like the hot dog challenges. There's something weird about the hot dog challenges. Not 7 pounds though, Jarella. Not 7 pounds. My brother's a big eater like that. Like he's done a couple of challenges where they had like a 2 pound burger. I forget the bar it was in. My dad made him go because he wanted to see if he could do it. It was like a 2 pound hamburger with like, I don't know, an enormous amount of cheese slices. It was a head of lettuce and like 3 tomatoes, a couple of onions, and then he had to eat like the fries with it. And he did it, but he was very sick afterwards. Ugh. You don't watch any of those channels, Ocean? I don't know why I did. I don't know why, and I don't. Maybe because we were talking about weight loss, and I was doing like the weight loss and all that stuff, and then I can't eat, and then they just threw that in because I never watched that before. I never watched that. I don't know how it came in there. It did, and I was like, all right, well, let me watch this, and that's what entertained me while I was getting through the puree stage. Come to Philly, Dre. Come to Philly, Andre. You're not going to find one anywhere outside of Philadelphia, South Jersey, maybe parts of Delaware. But when you start going North Jersey, they do the same shit, like mushrooms, onions, and all that. I mean, peppers. You do not put peppers on a cheesesteak. Like I've never even heard in a cheesesteak place, someone asking for green peppers. I never heard of it. I just see it on the menus everywhere, and I'm like, what the heck? No, that's not it. That's not it. Go to the butcher, tell them that you want shaved ribeye, chop it up on your Blackstone or whatever grill you use. White American cheese on a hoagie roll. Okay? Then you got a cheesesteak. That's, if you have the white American. Now the trend here is Cooper Sharp, and I don't like Cooper Sharp. You made a hoagie. Other places call them subs. Where did we just hear that? Substandard. Where did we just hear that? We just heard that joke somewhere. Oh, was that on the bus? I think it was the bus guy. That was one of his jokes. And it was funny, actually. The bus guy had so many dad jokes. So many corny jokes. And he said, he's like, listen, this is going to be the rest of the trip. I'm sorry. I apologize in advance. And so he kept coming up with these jokes. But he was fun. He was fun and funny. And I kept asking him questions like that, about the area, and everybody was looking at me like, you're from here, I think. Like all the other ones were tourists, and they're looking at me, and I'm like, well, I'm asking questions, whatever. I have questions. I got a couple of questions. If you didn't know, the Rocky statue was, the famous scene where he runs up the art museum steps. They made a statue of Rocky, so they put it on the museum steps. I did not know that it was, the art museum did not agree to that. So it took years for them to like finally say move it. They moved it to a different location, and now it's back to where it was. So I didn't know that. I learned that on the bus. From John, our bus toy guy. I forgot his name. Good for you remembering that. And I'm sorry if you're editing stuff. Well, other people will see. But I didn't know about the Rocky statue. I didn't know that we did that. And it took them 10 to 12 years to actually move this. Like the steps belong to the art museum. I want to go there. I'm going to go there. And according to Mr. Kazi, it's free on Sundays to get in. It's free admission. For, if you own something or whatever. And we have the app. Sam's Club whole chicken on the package. Just may be missing. What happened to quality? Wait, you want the gizzards? You want the innards? Go buy a turkey. Because every like for the past 3 years I had to do the turkey and put my hand in the thing. And we all know how that goes. At one time the Rocky statue was moved to the vet. Yeah, I remember it at the Spectrum. I think it was at the Spectrum. Then it went back and then it was on the like it was like on the side of the stairs when we went to the Rocky was it the Rocky anniversary or something that they had at like an anniversary or something like that. We went there and it was like on the side. But I went up them steps. I said I'm doing it. I went up the steps. I didn't run up the steps. I did walk all of the steps and got to the top. I was very proud of myself because they're awkward steps. They're like short and long. Like you get up and then you take 2 steps up and then take 2 steps. They don't make any sense. Wanted the giblets for the dogs. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can't imagine. Like my mom makes like I don't know what she take like the heart or the liver or something. That's how she makes the stuffing, and I've eaten it my whole entire life, and I know it's in it, so I don't even want to see it or whatever. I know it's in there, but it's really good. But she's the one that touches that, not me, not I, not I. I say they're not level. They look level. They were setting up for all of the celebrations for this week, so there was like a lot of scaffolding. I thought it would be more decorated than it was. So that was like probably the one of the disappointments. Exactly. Exactly, Stephanie. That's where it belongs. I just didn't know that the city put it there without the museum's permission. Yeah? Why would we? Well, I mean, we're Philly. I get it. We're Philly. We do shit we're not supposed to do. It was a really cool experience. So anyway, guys, I have to go food shopping. And I got to get it done now, or I'm not going to. I'm going to make here's the menu for the week. I'm making Mr. Akazi homemade Salisbury steaks. Of course, his breakfast, homemade Salisbury steaks. He hasn't told me about anything, but he does enjoy those rice, like the Minute Maid rice that they have where you could just throw it in the microwave, like it's already cooked, just heat it up. He is enjoying that. So maybe he could have a couple of those. Of course, I'm making my steak. And I think I'm going to make some chicken cutlets because they look like they were starting to turn bad. Like, get a little freezer burnt. So I'm like, these are either do it or don't. So I might make some chicken cutlets. There's only a few in there. You're making your husband pick up at Walmart. Put your foot down. Don't leave the house. I have to because I didn't go yesterday. I was like in and out of slumber all day. We already did the washing. I did the laundry. I got to cut the watermelon that I bought last week. I got to do that. That's got to be cut this week. So yeah, I don't know. He wants Brussels sprouts, so I got to make him some Brussels sprouts. So that's the menu for this week. I got to do my oats. Ugh. There was like half a banana last week, so I cut it up and I put it in my overnight oats, and I had that yesterday for breakfast. 10 out of 10 do not recommend doing banana overnight oats. It was not fun. I did not like it. I was like, never doing that again. I'm sticking to the bloobs. That's what we're gonna do. We're sticking to the bloobs. So I'll get all that done, and then I'll I showered. I just gotta I always wear my hair up, but maybe throw some lashes on. Oh yeah, that's right. I gotta do the bacon. So he wants both turkey and regular. Do you still want the regular bacon since that's what we're having? You want regular bacon and turkey bacon? That I nailed now. Friggin' M-Flow. I ain't burning no more bacon ever again. It's a waste of money and it's an abomination. But in my defense, that was the first time I ever made turkey bacon in the oven. And we were jibber jabbering on Caturday. So I lost track of time until I pulled out black leather pieces. Slimy. What's slimy? It wasn't slimy, or maybe it was. It just had like, I don't know, it was really weird. Like it was like kind of a little bit sour, like rancid or whatever. And then it just like clumped up my oats and I was like, no. Then things were crispy. Those things were burnt. And God love him because he did eat them. He might have thrown them out without me seeing, but he did eat it. Like, he could have put it on, whatever, like mixed it in something. But he said, don't throw it out. I said, all right. So he got his little jars. Yeah, it was gross. He got his little jars for the eggs. So I make him his eggs and he just, because he's he's flying the coop this week. So he needs to get his stuff. I got him some glass jars and some berry holders. I got like a little thing with the little basket in it so that like the fruit doesn't sit in a juice and get all slimy. It just sits there and they're like, they're nice and crisp for them. I got that, you know. Hopefully my popcorners are still on sale. I'll grab another box of those because I've been doing bad with that. They're like a nightly snack and it's not good. I should not be eating when I'm eating. We have like 30 more pounds to lose before my birthday, which is in 2 months. So I know he's not going to want to go to the gym because he has definitely had his exercise and really worked himself out. All right, so I just want to tell everybody that we have to keep our eye, because we got to talk about our Kates. Keep our eye out because Wimbledon is this week, and she is the patron of the Wimbledon. So we got to keep our eye out because we know that she's going to look great. Steer out of the skid. Can't eat. Yeah, I know. But I want to show you this because this was a surprise visit today. I just want to show you this. I was going to talk about how Meghan and Harry are coming to they're going to the thing and they're staying at one of the properties, but the rumor is the Buckingham Palace. But I don't feel like talking about those two. Anyway, oh no, Instagram I want to show. Look at this. And then we're going to go. These two are so stinking cute. And this was an impromptu visit today. There's no sound to this. Look at him. The king and like the future king. But she took him. She's marking Armed Forces Day by reflecting on time spent with the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight of RAF. Learning about this extraordinary history of these aircraft and meeting the pilots and engineers who keep the legacy alive. A powerful reminder of the courage, skill, and dedication of those who serve, past and present. Thank you to all those who have served and continue to serve. So she took her son. Like, Prince George is he's becoming a man. No, he's becoming the man. Oh, that's me. No, I don't want that. Frozen banana slice a nice slack. Yeah, you know what you can do? I used to get the Dole sliced bananas in the chocolate, because me. Anyway. I'm not doing bananas in anything. But I learned my lesson. All right, you guys. I'm going to get off of here. Go do my thing. I'm like out the door. As soon as I get off of here, I'm out the door to the store. And got to figure out what we're going to do tonight. I don't know. We'll see. But I will see you guys soon in a chat somewhere. And make sure you keep an eye out for Mr. Kazi's drops on his thing. You guys have a great day, great weekend, and thanks for joining me. And I'm glad that all of you are here because I was able to sign our name. I didn't read the contract, but I did sign your names, so I'm not responsible for anything that happens if your name was on there. Have a great Saturday, guys.